Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're really jumping into something fascinating, quantum computing, and how it's set to change, well, possibly everything in medical science.
Right.
People are calling the 2020s the quantum decade. For a reason, things are moving so fast. And just to give you a scale of this, remember back in 2019, Google had that 54-qubit machine. It did a task in, what, 200 seconds? So it would take a normal supercomputer maybe 10,000 years.
That's right. An incredible benchmark.
Exactly. And it's not just theory, right? IBM's built like over 70 of these things since 2016. It's actually happening.
It really is. So our mission today is to unpack how this quantum leap, as you called it, might transform healthcare. We're talking drug discovery, understanding diseases better, even patient privacy. And of course, we need to look at the challenges too.
Okay, yeah, let's unpack that. That speed you mentioned, it comes down to something fundamental. What is quantum computing? How is it so different from, the computers we use every day?
Well, the heart of it is the qubit. Classic computers use bits. They're either a 0 or a 1. Simple. But a qubit, it uses quantum mechanics. So it can be a 0, a 1, or actually kind of both at the same time. That's superposition.
Looked at once. Okay, that's already bending my brain a bit.
Yeah. And then there's entanglement, where qubits get linked. What happens to one instantly affects the other, no matter how far apart. This whole setup means they can explore a massive number of possibilities simultaneously, not just one after the other like classical bits. It's an exponential jump in processing power for certain types of problems.
So it's a different way of thinking, computationally speaking.
Hmm.
How does that specific ability help with something as messy and complex as biology or medicine?
That's where it gets really exciting because, biology is quantum mechanical at its core.
Hmm.
So imagine simulating exactly how a potential drug molecule interacts with a protein target inside a cell down to the atomic level detail. Classical computers just choke on that complexity.
They can't handle the calculations.
Not with the required accuracy or speed. Quantum computers, though, they're perfectly suited for it. So this could massively accelerate finding new drugs, understanding why proteins fold the way they do, which is linked to many diseases, and predicting how well a drug will actually work.
Well, okay. And you mentioned personalized medicine earlier. Processing huge data sets. That sounds like genomics, right?
Exactly. Analyzing a person's entire genome is a huge data task. Quantum algorithms could potentially sift through that data much, much faster, helping find the perfect treatment tailored just for you. And think about medical imaging, making it sharper, maybe catching diseases earlier. There's even quantum machine learning showing promise already outperforming classical methods in some diagnostic tasks, like for COVID-19.
So why medicine? I mean, lots of fields have big data. What makes healthcare such a good fit for this quantum boost?
It's the combination, really. The sheer volume of data, medical records, genomic data, imaging, plus the inherent complexity of biological systems. Simulating these systems is computationally intense. Quantum offers the speed to find hidden patterns or even create what they call digital twins.
Digital twins, like a virtual copy.
Sort of, yeah. A high-fidelity virtual model of, say, an organ or even a whole disease process. You could test treatments or predict disease spread in this virtual space first. It's about understanding incredibly complex interactions.
Okay, the potential is huge. But there's always a but with new tech. What are the roadblocks? You mentioned privacy earlier, and that really struck me. Protecting baby photos is one thing, but medical records needing protection for 120 years, that's a long time.
It's a massive concern, and it ties directly into security. The very power of quantum computers means they could, theoretically, break the encryption we currently use to protect everything, including those sensitive medical records.
Break current encryption, like bank accounts, government secrets, everything.
Potentially, yes. That's why there's a huge push for post-quantum cryptography, developing new encryption methods that even a powerful quantum computer couldn't crack. The worry is something called harvest and decrypt. Bad actors could be stealing encrypted data now, just waiting until they have a quantum computer powerful enough to break the encryption later.
That's unsettling.
Okay.
Security is one major hurdle. What else?
Well, there's the cost. It's astronomical right now. You mentioned IBM's machines. Building a decent one, say 50 qubits, can cost around $10 million, and then maybe another $1 million a year just to keep it running.
Ouch. Yeah, not something your local hospital can just buy off the shelf.
Not yet, definitely not. And then there are fundamental technical challenges. Qubits are incredibly fragile. The slightest vibration or temperature change can knock them out of their quantum state. That's called decoherence. Keeping them stable long enough to do complex calculations is a huge engineering problem.
Like trying to balance spinning plates on sticks during an earthquake.
Something like that. And related to that is error correction. Because they're so fragile, errors creep in easily. Building reliable, fault-tolerant quantum computers that can scale up to millions of qubits. That's still a major research effort.
So, wrapping this up then, it feels like we're looking at something incredibly powerful, maybe revolutionary for medicine, but it's definitely still early days.
Absolutely. The potential is undeniable, but significant breakthroughs are still needed on the engineering, the algorithms, the cost, and the security front. That's why collaboration is so key, getting academia, industry, and governments working together on these tough problems.
So, thinking about everything we've discussed, what's the big takeaway for you? Maybe a final thought for our listeners.
For me, it's thinking about what happens when we can reliably simulate complex biological systems at that quantum level. How does that change how we even define personalized medicine? It might shift our whole approach to health and disease in ways we can barely imagine right now, perhaps even within the next decade. It's a fundamental shift in perspective.